Hi, welcome to Real Talk with ATA. I'm April.
I'm Tina.
I'm Angel, your favorite angel on earth.
And welcome. We're so glad that you're joining us today. Today we are going to talk. If my one of these is not like the other, that's technology. Sometimes it cooperates. You either get me like this or you get me upside down for some reason. So we're running like this today. So but today we are talking about gratitude because we are grateful that you are here and that we are together and we can be here with you. So gratitude comes into every aspect of our life. It affects our mental well-being. It affects our physical well-being. So we're going to talk about that. Who's going to get us started, Tina or Angel? See, the girls did research and I'm just kind of along for the ride on this. So
You know what? I've been doing research for a long time. I really have. A grateful heart and appreciative, right? Grateful, appreciative, thankful, blessed. I have my neighbor's hashtag blessed angel, right? But gratitude is so, like April just said, is so important to our health, right? And one of the things it said in gratitude, it measures your positive progress, right? So if you're having a negative progress, check your gratitude, right? Like, what are you thankful for today? Like, what are you grateful and thankful for today? So like April and Tina, like what main thing, like, did you wake up and go, I am so thankful and I'm so grateful that what was that one thing?
Oh, wow. For me, I think I have to start my day with my journal in my hand and my pen in my hand. And I start out by writing like 5 things that I'm grateful for every day because it really sets me up for the day. And one of the things is just, y'all, the simplest things. And this might just sound like so crazy, but like, did you open your eyes and can you see? If you're thinking my life is in shambles and it's a mess, what are the little things if you think about just what's happening in your body? So I get up and go to the gym every morning. I'm like, okay, Lord, I can see, I can get up, I'm out of the bed, I'm able to walk, I'm able to drive. I mean, just the smallest little things. It literally will tweak your mindset and just get you ready for the day. On top of the other things, but that's just the little stuff is what gets me going before I even get out of bed. I'm like, okay, I'm awake. Whoo, I made it through the night. I'm like, okay, I have work to do. If I wake up in the morning, my eyes pop up and I'm like, okay, Lord, I know I still have work to do. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny, and it does start from before when I wake up, because usually my cat comes and wakes me up. I get a little cold nose on my nose, and she's awake, and I should be awake. So it's kind of like my husband. If he's awake, I should be awake. But I usually wake up before him, and I just lay in bed, and I'm thankful that, God has given me another day. So, every morning I wake up and I think, thank you, Lord, for getting me through the night. And just like Tina said, I've got another day. You've got still more for me to do. And I just pray that, that I get it done, that you guide me and in the right direction to be a blessing to somebody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it is, it's just waking up. I woke up this morning and I've been waking up to some fun good morning texts here recently, and I am so grateful for it, right? Like I'm like going, oh, okay, good morning. But before I even look at that, I'm laying there going, thank you, Lord. I'm really trying. We're doing on this prayer of Jabez, and Bruce Wilkerson was talking in there like, listen, 10 things before you get up that you're grateful for, right? And they need to be different each morning. And that makes you dig deep of what you're grateful for, right? So my first thing I thought of today, I was like, thank you, I have the taxes done. Like, I was like, thank you, Lord. It has been hanging over my head y'all got your taxes done? Comment. If you don't, I get you. If you did yours like February 1st after you got everything done, we want to be best friends with you because we want that mentality. Like
iron sharpens iron for sure.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, thank you. I have the taxes done. Thank you so much. Thank you that I don't have pain in my heel today that I had yesterday. That plantar fasciitis didn't come back. You know, just it's crazy what we wake up and say, but when you have to think something different, your heart becomes bigger and fuller when you're more grateful.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
definitely.
Absolutely. Gratitude helps you to reframe, right? It just helps you to
Mhm.
reframe how you think about the things that are happening right now. Instead of maybe
Mhm.
feeling negative or not so great,
Mhm.
when you reframe your mindset and you focus on what you have, and
Mhm.
what you have achieved, it changes everything. Because we can look,
Mhm.
you guys, there's a reason that the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror, right? Be careful not to look back.
Mhm.
Be careful not to be looking in that rear
Yes.
view
Yeah.
at what's behind you, and leave those regrets back there, because that's where they're at. We're going forward. We're moving in forward motion, right? And so sometimes we have to reframe those thoughts and catch those second conversations that come at us that,
Mhm.
I think we all have this little thing in our ear, right? So we have to be careful
Mhm.
which voice we're listening to in our head, because it's so
Mhm.
easy. The negative one seems to be so loud sometimes, so much louder and drowns
Mhm.
out the other noise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they say that if you wouldn't say it to a 5-year-old child, don't say it to yourself. Or
Ooh.
you wouldn't say it to your best friend, don't say it to
Oh
yourself.
yeah, I've heard the
How
best friend, but the 5-year-old child, like I would never say anything negative to Layla, who's 3, right?
Yeah,
Right.
because, but we would say that to ourselves.
Oh,
So, our attitude and the way
Oh,
we
that's
approach
good.
things, that's a choice. I mean, you wake up
Mhm.
every morning and you have the choice of whether you're going to have a good day or a bad day, and you
Mhm.
may say, oh, the car broke down or this or that. And, it's still, you have a choice of how you're going to react to the things things don't happen to you. They happen for you.
ooh,
Mhm.
So
that's so good.
Mm.
That'll preach right there.
Ooh,
thank
I
you.
like
I heard
that.
that somewhere.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that.
Let's talk about maybe some ways that we can help our viewers adopt that attitude of gratitude. So, just kind of how we
Okay.
can take that in our lives. You guys, we talked already about a journal, right? So writing down a
Mhm.
couple of things. And I like what you said, Angel, is that you dig deeper, right? Not just 5 things, but 10 things. Wow. But keeping that journal every
Mhm.
day, um, mindfulness, just practicing that mindfulness, just the little things around you. But what are some other ways that we could help them cultivate some gratitude?
Um, I wrote down one of the things I wrote is focus on the present feeling of thankfulness, of being present of what you're thankful for. Okay. So
Mhm.
I mean, y'all this just happened. Okay. I love my in-law. I love him to pieces. I'm like so grateful for him. But so this is what he says. Hey, do you have any idea what your upcoming Wednesday looks like?
But the story
And that
behind it.
this means, hey, Glammy, would you like to have some grandbabies on Wednesday while Don's working and I'm playing golf?
That is code. That is straight up code. Yeah.
Straight up coat. But you know what? You guys, that's being present. And I'm so thankful for that he reaches to me, right? He reaches to me, he reaches to his mom. He doesn't reach to a stranger.
Mhm.
So think of something going on in your life that someone reached out to ask you to do something and maybe you didn't feel grateful, and maybe we can go back and feel grateful for that person reaching out to us and asking, right?
Yeah, because some people,
Oh, Tina, where's your little brain going there, Tina? I just saw you going, hmm.
you can see her operating, can't you?
So
So what were you grateful for
I
last
don't
She's
I
like,
weekend,
don't play
oh,
Tina?
God, I
poker.
can't believe she talked about.
I don't play poker for a reason. So, I mean, not that Angel's like standing on top of my toes. Just move you off. So, okay. So seriously, you guys, last week, so my husband's this avid bass fisherman. Okay. And he's at the lake every weekend. He's fishing tournaments. He's doing the research, finding the fish
Mhm,
with his instruments and all of this stuff. And we throw them back.
mhm,
It's catching. But
mhm,
so one time a year, I fish this particular tournament with him that he has to fish with only a spouse or someone else in his industry. And it happened to be last weekend when it was freezing cold and raining. And y'all, I agreed to fish, but I can't say that I agreed with gratitude. And so I was just letting my daughter have it, just telling her my woes the night before. And she said, "But Mom, at least you have a nice warm truck to ride down there in. And you guys have a nice boat to fish in, and you have time together for the weekend." Oh my stars. Out of the mouth of your 20-year-old babes. And I thought, wow. So Angel, you're so right. And it turned out as a great weekend.
And I saw the pictures. You have a cute husband to be in that boat
I
with.
know, right? He is the
Yes.
cutest. And and I thought, oh my gosh. So the next day I got in the boat and I literally got some super glue and glued my lips together, and I got so much mileage out of that. And but literally, when you change your attitude, you change your altitude. And
Absolutely.
it was the best weekend. And he is still talking about it. He's talking about it on the event, on his events, on his meet teams or whatever he does for work. He's telling everybody what a great weekend it was. And he thinks his wife's a rock star because she got in the boat and fit. Y'all, it was worth it. It was totally worth it. But it was literally, I had to change my mind about it first. And that's what, I could have been rant, and that would not have been good for my marriage, and that would not have had the outcome that we've had over the last, week or whatever. And so, yeah, it's a mindset for sure.
Definitely.
It is.
Yeah, it's funny because when I, my husband and I are both retired, so we had a business for a while. We sold it because it was too much like work. Uh, so convenience stores, don't do convenience stores. They're a lot of work. Yeah, no. So my
Ooh, that's a
husband's
lot of
been
work.
happily retired. He loves retirement. We have 93 acres and he is constantly in something, keeps himself busy. Me, on the other hand, and for a while I was out there and, I'd split wood with him and, we mow grass, and I'm still on the grass mowing schedule, but, it helps him. So it gets him, finished sooner with me out there. But when I started my business, now all of a sudden I'm not as available to do things with him like that. But, sometimes he'll be like, "Well, I just need an extra set of hands." Well, honey, I'm at the house, I mean, what I love about our business is that it is flexible enough where I can work from home, just like today. So I'm like, just let me know. I can run down there real quick because he's down in the shop, and I can run down there and help you with something and then just come back and finish what I'm doing. I mean, but I'm so grateful that we have the flexibility. We planned, I mean, it didn't happen by accident for sure, but we have that flexibility where, I business wise, mine's flexible. He's happily retired. I just can't sit around the house like that, and not that he sits. Because I've said that a few times, and he'll be like, "It's not like I sit around the house." I'm like, "I know, honey, but you're you're at the house." So, but the fact that we have that flexibility, I'm so grateful for.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't ever picture us retiring girls. I don't let's just be real. I don't see that. I don't see that.
No. My plan is to put my husband on a fishing scholarship, and then that way he can go to the lake, he can fish whenever he wants to, right? And then I get to play, do whatever I want to, and then we come back together. That's the that's the plan.
And it's fun because that way you've got you've got that flexibility. Because like if I'm working, when he comes in for lunch, I go upstairs, I sit with him. He's eating lunch. He doesn't need me there, but that's our time together. And then for dinner, when he comes up, we have afternoon coffee together, and then we'll sit and visit, and then we'll have our dinner together. And, that's kind of our routine. It's such a blessing. Yes. Yeah.
I love it.
I know. Angel, this is for you. And for anybody else who's watching that needs to remember that, like, doesn't that sound like the newlywed story? And they've been married for, I don't know, in the teens. I
You
love
know,
it.
and thanks for saying that, because I hope a lot of women are watching this, that are happily married, right? But
Mhm.
we know that that's not all, right? But I love that you said, because one of the things that wrote down, it said the ones that are closest to you, that are in your life that you love, that sometimes we forget to tell them how grateful, like we'll tell each other, girlfriends, oh my God, I'm so grateful for you, thank for that. Honey, shake out the trash. Like one of those things is like, how we do, like, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what we did, or I did, right? It's me taking out the trash now, um, um, but we have to be grateful for our kids.
Mhm.
You may
Yeah.
have a teenager that is like like getting ready to pull your hair out. I've been through that. Like the first one, I joke, like the first one, I beat with a broom, and like, wasn't real grateful with him, right? Second one, I got a little bit better. The third one, I would go, okay, realize she's 12. It's getting ready, cycle's getting ready to start. Take a deep breath, and so I think now, like going, I wish I would know now about the positive affirmations and the gratitude and the 5 great things about them that I didn't know then, right? Like I know more
Mhm.
now. I'll be
Yeah.
a much better glammy, right? Like, because I know more, right? You want to speak those positive things into thing. And we're in a Bible study the other day, and the girls were just, they were after their husbands. And I was like, stop.
Mhm.
And I want to say this to all the women out there right now that are like on this man bashing thing. Like, it's not attractive.
No.
It's actually uncomfortable for people that are around you that are not man bashers.
Mm.
What you think about it, okay? What you think about it?
Mm.
Because the more you bash that and you bash what that is, you're going to get more of that. So the next time you think about bashing your husband because he didn't do whatever, okay? I want you to check yourself for like 3 seconds, and I want you to think of 5 wonderful things about him
Mm.
before you open. I can say that as a
Mm.
widow, right? You're like going, you're not married anymore. I
Yes,
know.
it's so
I
good.
wish
But
I
that's so
wish at the
good.
beginning of my marriage, I would have been a little more. I think I was a pretty good wife. I was a pretty good wife. We'll ask him. I'm a pretty good wife. But
Ah,
there were times, right? We're all human. There were times. You get
sure.
better with age, right? You get better with
That's right.
time. You get better with, and for some reason, our culture thinks it's funny to belittle men, and it's
Mm.
not. So
Mhm.
hope you didn't turn me
Yeah.
off. Hope you didn't turn us off at this, right? So we want to talk about being grateful, right? We want to talk about, so when you get ready to yell at him because he didn't bend over in the refrigerator to find the tuna salad that was on the bottom shelf, like, like, did you bend over, Just think 5 positive things. Okay, honey, it's on the bottom shelf. Okay, like it's on the bottom shelf, right?
So
Move
good.
something. Move something and you'll see it.
Move something.
Yeah,
That's
move that,
so good.
why are
But
you
I'm so
rearranging, right?
grateful.
So,
Yeah.
like, gals, like you're listening today, I want you to put in the comments. I want you to put in the comments 5 things you are grateful about your partner, your significant other, your husband, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
right? What are you grateful for?
Yeah. And if you're a single mom, I want to know what you're grateful for with your kids. You guys, I was a single mom for
Yeah.
5 years,
Yeah.
right? And so tell me 5 things that you're grateful for in your children,
Yeah.
especially if they're on your last nerve and you're about to pull your hairballs out. Is that a
I think
thing?
my hair's still messed up where I did that, right? And I've been a single mom, a single widow mom. So I don't even know how you call
Yeah.
it. Single widow mom, right?
Yes,
For
absolutely.
6 years, and it's a totally 6 years in May. Like it's a
It's different.
totally different life than
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And
what are you grateful for? Yeah.
yeah. And remember, ladies, that just because it's not done your way doesn't mean that it's
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
it's,
Mm-hmm.
be thankful if someone else takes the energy to do something for you, be appreciative of,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I hate the way my husband folds clothes. But you know what? If I don't feel like doing it and he does it, I'm not going to say a word. I'm
That's
not
right.
going to say a
Don't
That's
say
right.
a
word.
word. Yeah.
No, because he
Don't
did
say
it,
a
and I
word.
say, "Thank you," just like, dishes, because, we choose to be busy. So,
Mm-hmm.
because we choose to be busy, then other things need to still get done.
Yeah.
And,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, just and as you this comes with age, a little
It
wisdom here
does.
is,
It does.
just take a breath and thank them for what they did for you and move on,
Absolutely.
because who cares how the towels are folded.
That's so true. That is so true. Well, you guys,
Because
we
they're gonna
are
be unneeded
so
when you dry off. Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Absolutely. Well, we are so grateful for all of you. So thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us over here on Real Talk. And
Yeah.
April, do you guys have some reminders for them today?
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share us with your
Mm-hmm.
friends, because you know what? Girlfriends, just like we're sitting around talking with our girlfriends, share us with
Mm-hmm.
your girlfriends and they will thank
Mm-hmm.
you. So don't forget, you are powerful.
And you are beautiful.
And you are enough just the way you are. Bye,
We'll see you
y'all.
next time.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Mwah.